11 pounds, 13 ounces, was 19 and a half inches long. Xavier Carl Miller is his name. He's a great baby. I mean, he's perfect.
Live and local, 10 to noon, Monday through Friday on 1480 WHBC.
Live from the WHBC Broadcast Center. Find out more about area businesses, agencies, and events.
It's what's going on right now.
This is Spotlight.
And good morning, everyone, and welcome to Spotlight on this beautiful Wednesday morning. And boy, today's going to be fun because you know me and food and donuts. And we're going to spend the hour talking about a Stark County tradition, something that when you say Mary Ann Doughnuts, automatically you're thinking luscious, delicious treats that have been around for a very long time, 75 years as a matter of fact. And don't forget, you're hearing us live on the radio right now, but you can also watch us live on Facebook, just like our Facebook page, or you can check us out on the YouTube channel. Just find us on YouTube by searching 1480 WHBC. So we would love for you to do that today. So let's get to it and talk Mary Ann Doughnuts. This morning, we're going to bring in our guest, Danielle Brickwood, and she is the granddaughter of the founder. And also we have Pat Weldon and Patrick Weldon with us this morning. Hi, guys. How are you?
Good morning. Good morning, Pam.
Good morning.
Or we'll say Pat and Pat. It's Pat squared. The two Pats.
I like that, yeah.
So Danielle, okay, let's start with the history of Mary Ann Doughnuts, because as soon as people mention the name, everybody knows. And but I don't know that everybody really knows how it all got started.
Well, my dad was there before me, but our grandpa and grandma started it in 1947 down on McKinley Avenue in downtown Canton. And
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, well, it was a family-run business. You know, there were 6 kids in the family, and I was 4th of 6. So I started cutting donuts when I was 12 years old. And I did that until maybe 10 years ago, till Patrick came on board and he took over. But yeah, it was a family-run business. We remember old names like Ed Cox from HBC.
Yeah.
In and buy donuts every morning. A few other personalities that I can't remember their names. But
I was told that somebody from your family babysat Jeff Turk, JT, that's on in the afternoon.
Yeah, they were our neighbors.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah, they were our neighbors. And I had the privilege of taking him in one of the Hall of Fame parades. He was in my car. And It was a pretty cool experience. But, you know, it was completely family oriented. It was all the kids worked in the business all the time, 4 o'clock in the morning. Even before I was working, my older sister, Mary Ann, and Edna, and my brother Pete, they had to get up and make donuts before they went to school.
Ah, so your sister is the one it was named after?
Yeah, Mary Ann. Yeah, she's the oldest.
Okay.
She doesn't like to be associated with the 75-year tag, but that's the way it is. That's the way it is. And that's, you know, my mom and dad worked in there their whole life. I mean, it was, you know, back in the day, downtown Canton was a little different environment than it is now. But everybody knew Mary Ann Doughnuts. It was amazing how busy we were in the morning. Luckily, I had kids that were interested in pursuing the business with the passion that my sister Dorothy and I really continued the business back in the early 80s. And then the kids kind of jumped in, and that's the history.
And I mean, you read the bio on the website, when you go through the progression of, you know, how you expanded, it's pretty interesting. You think about, you know, you kind of took step by step, basically. And that's pretty cool. I mean, you guys did it the right way.
We were very lucky. You know, we always, I always said that my dad found a gold mine. We just have to learn how to dig it out. You know, so they have to keep digging.
And he reminds us of that. That's for sure.
So why donuts? I mean, what, you know,
Well, you want to know the actual story that I remember from my father was they came here in 1947 and they had $2,000 and they bought a donut franchise. And after a few months of that, they didn't like living by the rules of the franchise. So they had a daughter, Mary Ann, and they went out on their own and named it Mary Ann Doughnuts. And here we are today. That's the story I heard from my father.
Yeah, and here we are today. That's crazy. 75 years later. That's pretty amazing. So talk about, where does it stand today? I mean, what are we looking at, expansion wise? I mean, how many stores are we talking about?
Well, COVID was a big shot in the face, I should say. It was tough. At the time we were doing about 450 convenience stores 7 days a week. But because of the rules that were placed upon us, we weren't allowed to put self-serve items in bakery cases any longer.
The pattern of purchasing changed as well. The customers, what they felt comfortable buying also changed at the same time, as we all understand.
And I'll let them take care of the expansion part.
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, so obviously we have our 5 Stark County locations, which have been around from 75 to, I think our most recent one was 11 years ago, the one down in Canton South. But production-wise, we had to make some shifts when COVID made shifts for everyone, right? So some of those things included, Patrick started private labeling for separate companies, making donuts, honestly, for places in like Wisconsin that they couldn't find manufacturers. And here in Canton, Ohio, we're making donuts that are shipped to different states because our quality and our food safety is top notch. So we're able to.
And the demand, and people want donuts everywhere, not just here in Canton.
Yeah. Now you guys, but you make them in one location. You don't have a baker on site at each store, right?
Correct. This is our baker.
What's the recipe?
That's a secret.
It's Mary Ann's secret, right? And that has to be, I mean, was it always that way, or was that a product of, expansion, or how did that work?
So I would say the opportunity presented itself when all of the C-store business we had essentially vanished because we found it wasn't sustainable to do business that way. So we had the equipment and the line time availability, so that forced us to find new customers. And that coincidentally happened at a time when people were looking for new vendors. So the timing, whether it's a coincidence or just good fortune, we were just lucky to be there and ready to take on new challenges.
I mean, and you hear of a lot of national brands, like talk about your sustainability, as you mentioned, when you go up against folks like that. People around here, they like the local, close to their heart kind of thing.
I mean, I would say for sure. I mean, we're in multiple communities around the county, and we feel extremely fortunate, not only before COVID, during COVID, and currently. Like, we've been very supported. People have been loyal to us. We try to, again, provide what they want, but I feel like there is a loyalty that we truly appreciate, and we try to make sure that we show that in our product and our service. And
that loyalty has to go out to our employees too. We couldn't do it without the staff we have.
100%.
Yeah. I think that's something that's a lesson learned from COVID as well too. I think for different people and different businesses as well.
Yeah, because it certainly hasn't got easier. That's for sure.
No, right. No doubt. Celebrating 75 years. We're going to talk more about Mary Ann Doughnuts. We're also going to talk about National Doughnut Day. We've got a lot of things to get to. We will take our first break. And we'll come back. We'll talk some more. And I'm telling you, it's going to make you hungry, and you're going to want to get out there and get some of these fantastic donuts. I know all of you have had some already. It's not something that you can drive by and not stop in. That's for sure. Again, Spotlight on this beautiful Wednesday morning is on Mary Ann Doughnuts right here on 1480 WHBC.
It's Kenny and JT.
Maybe it's time to move on from Bieber.
I think they feel they're still in this race.
If you don't have intentions of signing Shane Bieber, and why would you, to a long-term deal?
Yeah.
From what you saw in Verlander yesterday, do you really put Bieber in the same category?
No. He's good, but he's not great.
Trade him now when you can really go out and get somebody that's a proven professional. I don't mean I want to look at somebody's top prospect anymore.
It's the Kenny and JT Show, weekdays between 3 and 7 on WHBC.
It's time for this week's Progressive Power Buy. Brought to you by Progressive Jeep Ram on Hills and Dales Road in Massillon. Each week, Progressive Jeep Ram offers huge savings on one special vehicle on the lot. But don't get it twisted. These deals are worth hustling for.
Hi, it's Craig Sanders from Progressive Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Massillon. Listen to this power buy. Save $6,000 off every brand new 2023 Jeep Grand Cherokee Overland we have in stock. It's been years since we've had this many in stock, and they're now all on sale at $6,000 off MSRP. Stock number D23217.
Offer can't be combined with any other offer. All rebates to dealer. Dealer contribution may affect consumer cost. Additional fees not included. Offer ends May 31st, 2023. Now that's a Progressive Power Buy. Get down to Progressive Jeep Ram to get this great deal. Be ready to head down to Massillon when you hear the next Progressive Power Buy.
Kenny Rhoda here for Northeast Factory Direct. Patio season is just around the corner, which means it's time to get back outside grilling, sitting around the fire, and maybe jumping into that hot tub after a long day at work. Instead of sitting on those beat-up folding chairs, buy some quality patio furniture that's going to last for years. And Northeast Factory Direct is the place to go for outdoor sectionals, dining sets, fire pits, everything you need for your backyard. And it's available right now with the best price guarantee at Northeast Factory Direct in North Canton on Whitewood Street, where you'll get everything you need for a whole lot less.
In 1947, White Christmas was the #1 single. The New York Yankees won the World Series, and Peter and Mary Edna Weldon opened Mary Ann Donuts in Canton, Ohio. 75 years later, Mary Ann Donuts celebrates National Doughnut Day, Friday, June 2nd. Come celebrate 75 years with us on National Doughnut Day. The first 75 customers at any of our 5 Stark County locations get a free 75th anniversary travel mug, and everyone gets a free glazed donut all day. Still proudly family-owned and operated, Mary Ann Donuts. They're donutlicious.
Sunday, May 28th. Let's take our hats off to the heroes. Grab your tickets to see the Panthers battle the Generals.
Let's go. The USFL keeps on rolling.
Bring the whole family to Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium for a great day of pro football and get a free USFL hat while supplies last.
What a stiff arm.
Fantastic seats get you right next to the action for just $10.
Touchdown, New Jersey.
Buy your tickets today at theusfl.com.
On the battlefield, there's a saying America's military men and women live by. Never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Off the battlefield, Wounded Warrior Project operates with the same goal. Wounded Warrior Project was created to help our men and women returning home with the scars of war, whether those scars are physical or mental. Wounded Warrior Project. We never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Learn more about what we do at woundedwarriorproject.org.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-452-5050. That's 1-800-452-5050. Or go to SelectQuote.com. 1-800-452-5050. That's 1-800-452-5050.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at selectquote.com/commercials.
Yeah, I'm so stressed. Our business is growing. We've got people all over now.
Uma.
What is that? Meditation?
I'm recommending the Uma cloud phone system with auto attendant and more than 50 features.
Uma?
Yep, switching to Uma is a cinch. Just $24.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Uma.
Now you're feeling it. Find small business calm at Uma.com/radio. That's OOMA.com/radio.
Now back to Spotlight on 1480 WHBC.
And again, welcome back to Spotlight on 1480 WHBC, right here on the radio. Also, of course, on our Facebook page and live on YouTube. So make sure you check us out, and the video will live there. So at any time, if you missed any portion of the show, you can go back there and check it out as well. And today our Spotlight is on Mary Ann Doughnuts, celebrating 75 years. We've been talking about the history, and we're going to continue to do that, but we've got some other things to talk about as well. And with me today, Danielle Brickwood and Pat Weldon and Patrick Weldon. And welcome back, guys. I want to stick with one thing about the past. I want to talk a little bit about what it was like back then, as far as the kinds of donuts that were popular. And, you know, what were your parents serving back then? Like, what was everybody coming in for?
Basically the same thing we're doing today.
Cream sticks.
Cream sticks.
Cream sticks, yes.
Number one. I mean, that was a secret recipe that my father started, and we still make it today. Cream sticks were number one seller, no doubt about it. And then our pecan roll. The pecan roll is the Cadillac of the donuts.
Yeah.
And we still had people back then that came in, and back then you could get them fresh out of the fryer. I mean, it was completely different. Coffee was a nickel. You know, a filled cream stick was 6 cents when I started selling donuts.
Oh my gosh.
It was crazy. And something else, Pam, I wanted to bring up. They make donuts in front of the house, like in the living room, because they remodeled the house. They're on McKinley Avenue, and he built the addition in 1954, before I was born. But he built 2 drive-up windows, which I believe were the first drive-up windows in Canton.
Oh, I bet they were. Absolutely.
That was in 54. So, I mean, some of our listeners might challenge that, but that's how I remember it to be. I don't even think the banks had drive-up window service yet.
No. Oh my gosh. So a donut could be under a dime, right?
Oh, glazed donuts were a nickel, and cream sticks were 6 cents. And you get a dozen donuts for 69 cents.
A dozen.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
It was crazy. And we were busy. I mean, we were all a bunch of little kids working in the donut shop.
Well, but then how many donut shops were in Canton?
Oh, there were a few. You had Martin's Bakery. I mean, Donut Kettle, Delicious Cream was out on Mahoney Road. And there were quite a few of them.
And today there's probably like 15.
I mean, chains, not
chains, right?
Not locations, right?
We've certainly seen an increase in number of competitors that have, brick and mortar retail stores.
It was really the good old days. We knew everybody that came in the store. We went to St. John's. We participated in downtown functions, and it was,
the first Hall of Fame parade.
Yeah, the first Hall of Fame parade. My father was not a football fan, and he had no idea. My mother was.
I was going to say, you just said
my mother was. My father wasn't. And the first parade.
That's a girl.
Yeah, the first parade, he had no idea what was going to happen. And we ran out of donuts, and my dad was a furious businessman, and he was so upset. We were all scrambling around trying to make donuts fast enough to feed the line of people out on the sidewalk. It was great.
Gosh. Well, I came to town 35 years ago when I first started broadcasting here. And I remember my first Hall of Fame parade. I had to walk up and down the parade route, interviewing people and, doing news stories and things. And that's all I saw was Mary Ann Doughnuts. in boxes. Everybody overnight in the middle of the night. Everybody had their Mary Ann donuts. It was that was my first introduction to it.
There's two things that come to mind when you say that. Danielle made a comment here recently that there's never been a Hall of Fame parade without Mary Ann donuts, which I thought was kind of neat. And last year, I'm not sure who they worked with, but they actually let us sell donuts on the parade route.
Yeah, I saw that.
That was the Canton Chamber, right. So I thought that was pretty cool. But over all these years, there's never been a kiosk or a stand to do that, and we were able to do that last year. I believe we're doing it again this year. So I think that's pretty cool stuff.
That's great.
I think Danielle's definitely going to do it this year.
They love to sign me up for stuff, Pam, just so you know.
Yeah. Just come by the radio station booth and we'll make an announcement for you.
There you go.
We'll make it easier. That's one central location and we can do that. That'd be great. So let's kind of talk about maybe how some of the franchises have changed a little bit, because some of them are cafes, correct? I think there's some different things happening. Talk about that in the remodels.
Yeah, I mean, so like he said, with the competition, we're 75 years old. Obviously, we love advertising that, and we're proud of our history. But we still need to be relevant in this market. Like, we still need to offer the cold brews and offer the nitros, and they expect the donuts. That's no problem. But we've expanded into light lunch sandwiches and breakfast sandwiches. We've remodeled our Hills and Dales location and our West Tusk location just to have a little more warm feel. Again, it's just to stay relevant in the market. Like, it's important to keep our history, but we don't want to die either, right? Because there's a lot of coffee shops and there's a lot of great local businesses that are opening, and there's a lot of people in Stark County, so there's plenty for everyone, right? But we don't want to get lost in the shuffle either.
Yeah. I mean, they always say, what's old is new again, but also that's like us. We still do what we did, all those many years ago, but have to do all the things that the newer generations want as well. So
I
like us on this video right now.
Exactly. I know. I'm like, we're doing a radio ad and we're going to be on. They're like, it's radio.
We're going to be on video. What? Yeah.
Something that Danielle said and you said the old is new again. In the remodels, she designed these nostalgic walls that have old photos from the donut shop back in the day, some of the older equipment we used. So they look really cool. You should come in and check them out. She did a really nice.
Yeah, we used Poland Design. They're just based out of North Canton, another local company. And she was really able to kind of incorporate that nostalgic feel while updating the environment all at the same time. So we were really happy with how that turned out.
That's awesome. All right, we're going to take a break for the news, and when we come back, we'll talk about National Doughnut Day. Oh, look at that. That is just mean. He's showing me donuts, folks, on the video, in case you're listening on the radio. A big, giant box of them. That's what's happening right now. And we will be back. We'll talk more about Mary Ann Donuts, and stay tuned for that right here on 1480 WHBC.
Medicine Center pharmacies have been serving our local community for over 40 years. Our customers know they can count on our pharmacy staff, save money, and trust us. Stop by any of our Medicine Center pharmacy locations in Canton, Louisville, Minerva, and New Philadelphia, or visit us online at medshoprx.com.
In 1947, White Christmas was the #1 single, the New York Yankees won the World Series, and Peter and Mary Edna Weldon opened Mary Ann Donuts in Canton, Ohio. 75 years later, Mary Ann Donuts celebrates National Doughnut Day, Friday, June 2nd. Come celebrate 75 years with us on National Doughnut Day. The first 75 customers at any of our 5 Stark County locations get a free 75th anniversary travel mug, and everyone gets a free glazed donut all day. Still proudly family-owned and operated, Mary Ann Donuts. They're donutlicious.
This is Mike Frazier, Senior Pastor at Canton Baptist Temple. I would like to personally invite you to worship with us at 10:15 this Sunday morning in our worship center located at 515 Whipple Avenue in Canton, Ohio. If you cannot be with us in person, please tune in to our broadcast right here on WHBC at 8:30 on Sunday mornings. For more information about our ministries, you can visit us at cantonbaptist.org. We look forward to meeting you soon.
Are you worried about what might be in your family's drinking water? Give yourself peace of mind with a reverse osmosis drinking water system from Verndale Water Experts. Give your family safe, healthy drinking water. Call Verndale Water Experts today.
Verndale's Water Center.
WHBC AM Canton, reliable as ever on News Talk 1480 WHBC.
From the News Talk 1480 WHBC newsroom, authorities across the state searching for two dangerous escaped inmates, Bradley Gillespie and James Lee, escaping from a prison in Lima. They say the men are dangerous. Gillespie was in prison for murder, breaking and entering, and other charges, including burglary, charged against Lee. Authorities did not say how the men escaped, a $31,000 reward being offered for their capture. A jury has recommended that a Missouri woman spend the next 53 years in prison after her two daughters died in a hot car. That recommendation handed down yesterday after a jury found Jenna Boddicker guilty of 2 counts of second-degree murder. Prosecutors say Boddicker left her daughters, 2 years old and 8 weeks old, in her Jeep while she and her husband argued inside their house. The couple then fell asleep and didn't find the kids until the next morning. A New York City judge set a March 25th, 2024 date for former President Donald Trump's criminal trial on charges he falsified business records. Trump, who appeared in court virtually, looked into the camera and scowled when the judge announced the date, which will conflict with the GOP primaries in Trump's bid to reclaim the presidency. Last month, Trump entered a not guilty plea to 34 different charges. In sports, the Cleveland Guardians lost to the Chicago White Sox last night 4-2. They play a day game today, 12:35. The pregame, 1:05, will be the first pitch. Today at 5 o'clock on our stream at WHBCSports.com, we will have the regional semifinal between North Canton Hoover and Walsh Jesuit from Youngstown State University in girls softball. Billy Beebe, Bob Jeffries on the call. Also listen for updates on the Marlington, Akron, St. Vincent, St. Mary game. Again, that's at WHBCSports.com. I'm Pam Cook.
Your severe weather station, News Talk 1480 WHBC.
Here's your AccuWeather forecast this afternoon. Hazy sunshine with a high 79. Clear skies tonight. We're going down to 44. Tomorrow's a mostly sunny, nice day with a cooler high of 68. Plenty of sunshine Friday, pleasant with a high 72. A mix of sun and clouds to start the holiday weekend on Saturday, the high 77. Clouds and sun Sunday, warming up to 81. I'm forecaster Rose Tamburino for News Talk 1480 WHBC.
Finding great people to hire can be like trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Their powerful matching technology delivers so many qualified candidates. It's like finding a needle in a needle stack. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. For less hay and more needles, head to ZipRecruiter.
And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
I have diabetes. I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I have asthma. I'm at risk too.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a vaccine that can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Now back to Spotlight on 1480 WHBC.
Well, it is a wonderful Wednesday morning for a Spotlight. And it's also a wonderful Wednesday morning for some donuts. That's our Spotlight this morning. We are talking about Mary Ann Doughnuts celebrating 75 years. And with me this morning, we have Danielle Brickwood, we have Pat Weldon, Patrick Weldon, all members of the, it's Pat Pat squared. That's what I keep saying.
Fun fact.
And my mother's name is Patty.
Oh, how did this happen?
I also have a son named Patrick. So
You didn't do that. You did do that, right?
I owed it to the big guy.
Oh my gosh. Okay, but we have to say the founders were Peter and Mary Edna, correct?
Correct.
Okay. I don't want to Peter and Mary Edna Weldon. And so Pat, you are the son of Peter
Correct.
and Mary Edna, correct?
Correct.
And then Danielle and Patrick, you're the grandkids.
They're my kids.
They're your kids. Wow. And so they carried on the Patrick name. Are you Irish? Yes.
Yeah.
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 Okay, Scottish. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, that's okay. It all fits. It all fits. But
That's it.
so you guys, we've been talking so much about, the treats and all of the wonderful things and the history, and we'll get back to the history a little bit again, because I like reminiscing, and I know that you do too, and our listeners like to hear that as well. But let's talk about National Doughnut Day. When is this happening, and what are you guys going to be doing?
So National Doughnut Day is Friday, June 2nd this year. It's always the first Friday in June. So it kind of is one of those rotating holidays. So this year it's June 2nd.
Okay, June 2nd.
Where everybody gets a free glazed donut, no purchase necessary. You just have to be there. And the first 75 customers at any of our 5 Stark County locations are going to get a free 75th anniversary travel mug. Just something fun to do. But the history of National Doughnut Day is also kind of just a little fun tidbit. It actually started in 1938 through the Salvation Army. It was it started because of the Great Depression. And the World War I soldiers were doughboys, and so as kind of a goodwill, the Salvation Army gave away donuts on that first Friday in June, and that's how National Doughnut Day started.
Wow. And yeah, and I think I remember doing something with the Salvation Army on a donut day at one point, but that's pretty cool. I mean, and for people who, you look at a donut, and I think it's just like an American, it's like apple pie kind of, right? Isn't it? Aren't
you think so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. One thing I like is cream sticks seem to be pretty regional, right? I hear from all types of people that are from Canton and they move away, or they travel to different parts of the country, and they're like, they just don't have cream sticks, or there's either nothing in it, or it's filled with custard, or even like a buttercream.
They call them Long Johns.
Yeah. So it's like euchre, right?
That's right. That's right. Yes.
It's like in this area, it's like, what do you mean you don't have cream sticks? What do you mean you don't play euchre? But other areas, so it's definitely something that we like to at least take some, I guess, credit for, that we keep that tradition in our area going with our locally family-made recipe.
Have you guys witnessed that people are very particular or specific about the kind of donuts that they like?
Yes.
No. Yeah.
You are correct. They are very particular of what they get. And don't give them the wrong one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, some people, I try to keep the idea of, hey, they're getting a donut. It's generally either breakfast, or, they're taking their kids to school, or it's a birthday, or it's some type of celebration. Generally, it's a good vibe, right? If you're in a donut shop, it's a good thing, right?
Yeah.
But if you don't have the right ones, I've seen some frustrated.
Okay, you each have to tell me what is your favorite donut?
Depends on the day.
Maybe the one that I'm eating.
Yeah, right. There you go. Okay.
I like cake donuts, so I'm a vanilla sprinkle or a chocolate sprinkle.
And you like a cake donut? That's very interesting. Okay.
I like them all. I really don't have a favorite. Cream stick is a favorite, but apple fritters are unbelievable. I'm looking at this cinnamon cake donut right here in this box, and I was going to eat it on a commercial break, but the kids told me not to. Yeah, look at you.
Because I'd be able to smell it, and then it'll be bad. Well, it's funny because, my producer, Billy, who's running this whole thing for us right now, he has to have sprinkles on has to have them.
Sprinkles are for winners.
Yeah, Danielle loves sprinkles too.
Sprinkles are for winners. Listen to that. That's awesome. See? And you're going to think I'm nuts, but I am a custard person.
Oh, really? It's popular.
That's a popular donut.
I love a custard. I do love a custard. And I like a cream stick. I do like a cream stick too, but boy. So I guess people will, you guys make them all though. You have a variety. And Mary Ann Donuts is the first place I ever saw the mini cream sticks, or what do you call those? I don't even know what you call them.
Mini cream sticks.
Is it a mini cream stick? Okay. Like the half the portion. That's for us who are watching our weight. Just want to have a little taste, right?
Well, I tell everybody, I have eaten more half donuts in my life than anyone here on the planet. I'm like, I'm just gonna have half.
If you catch a box of donuts at one of our houses, you'll undoubtedly see a few donuts that just have bites out.
That happens here at work. There's always a knife in the box.
We're not that polite at home.
Yeah, because you're family. It's okay. That all works out okay. Well, so let's go back for somebody maybe who is just joining us right now. Again, tell the story, because I want to know more about Peter and Mary Edna. And they were from here. They were born here. Is that how that all worked? Tell me.
My parents were actually my father was from Henderson, Kentucky, and my mother was from Evansville, Indiana.
Okay.
They got married and moved here because they thought it'd be a good place to open a donut shop because it was steel country. You had Ford Motor, Hercules, and Timken, and it was the steel industry. And in fact, my dad had a delivery route where he was delivering donuts out of a step van back in the 50s before I was able to help. So that's why they were here, and they worked every day. I mean, we lived Jeff lived next to us. His grandfather had Shaheen's Market.
Yeah, Jeff Turk, JT, as people know him on the radio. Yeah.
Yeah, JT, and as his grandfather worked every day was a butcher and a meat cutter. My mother and father worked every day in the donut shop. I mean, and that's when we got up in the morning to go to school. They were out making donuts, and we said our goodbyes and walked around the donut case, and off to school we went. It's just small town America.
Did you pick up a donut and eat it on your way to school?
No, you kidding me? We ate it before we left.
With a big glass of milk, right?
Absolutely. Well, we snuck coffee when we were little. I mean, we got as much coffee as we wanted when they weren't looking.
And so what was your parents' favorite donuts?
My dad used to eat a vanilla crunch cake donut. And it's the crunch they don't make any longer. And I can never remember my mother eating many donuts. I think it had to be a hot cinnamon roll with cinnamon sugar on it.
Gosh, see, I'm sitting here. You got me all distracted now.
One of the fun stories that my dad used to tell us is that Canton had a zoo, which obviously was before our time, and when they would, donuts weren't fried right, over fried, under fried, or whatever, they throw them in a bucket, and they called them the monkey donuts. And the zoo would come and pick them up and feed them to the monkeys.
No kidding.
Yeah, that's a good story because we had monkey donuts.
I do not remember this story.
Anything that fell on the floor, we'd throw in this bucket, and the guys from the zoo would come and get monkey donuts.
Where was the zoo? Do you remember where it was located?
Crystal Park.
Oh my gosh! Yeah.
Yeah. And Diana had the circus animals out there on, I don't remember the name of the road, but we used to give all kinds of stale leftover donuts for the animals.
Isn't that crazy? That's crazy.
Monkey donuts is a cute thing.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, that is cute. That is cute. Well, and I would say, all the stories that you tell and the things that you talk about, that is one of the reasons why you guys are successful, because people in this area, that means a lot to them. They want to make sure that traditions like yours, continue to succeed. It's important, that background.
Yes, it is. Thank you.
Yeah. I think that's one of the things. All right, we're going to take our final break, and then when we come back, we'll wrap things up and mention whatever else it is you want to talk about, and we'll do that here in just a few minutes. Don't forget, National Doughnut Day set for June 2nd. They have some special things for you at Marianne Doughnuts, and we'll talk about that coming up as well, right here on 1480 WHBC.
Find more right now on WHBC.com.
Celebrating 95 years of being a part of the Stark County community.
Search 1480 WHBC on Facebook.
In 1947, White Christmas was the #1 single. The New York Yankees won the World Series, and Peter and Mary Edna Weldon opened Marianne Doughnuts in Canton, Ohio. 75 years later, Marianne Doughnuts celebrates National Doughnut Day Friday, June 2nd. Come celebrate 75 years with us on National Doughnut Day. The first 75 customers at any of our 5 Stark County locations get a free 75th anniversary travel mug, and everyone gets a free glazed donut all day. Still proudly family-owned and operated, Marianne Doughnuts. They're Doughnutlicious.
The Flex Deal Memorial Day sale is going on now at Casey's Furniture. Hi, I'm Jim Casey of Casey's Furniture, inviting you to save on select Flex Deal furniture that's in stock or custom ordered. Flex Deal makes a great selection of stationary and reclining sofas, love seats, sectionals, chairs, and ottomans. Stop in today, sit down, relax, and feel the comfort and quality of Flex Deal furniture. With over 600 of the latest fashion fabrics and 80 luxurious leathers to select from, updating your home has never been easier. You'll find the perfect size and comfort for you and your family. Casey's Furniture, 7170 Portage Street, 2.8 miles west of I-77 at exit 111, the Strip exit in Jackson Township. Hurry in today for great savings during Flex Deal's Memorial Day sale, going on now through May 31st at Casey's Furniture. Visit us at caseysfurniture.com. Casey's will be closed Memorial Day.
Road trip.
Hey kids, buckle up.
Going somewhere? Whether it's a quick weekend getaway or an extended family vacation, Bell Stores wants your summer adventures to be more enjoyable. We'll help save at the pump. Bell Buddy Rewards members will receive an automatic 3 cents off per gallon instant fuel discount during every fuel purchase this month. Not a Bell Buddy member yet? Download the Bell Buddy Rewards app for savings in the store and at the pump. Who's your buddy? Bell Stores, Bell Buddy, of course. Safe travels.
It's time for this week's Progressive Power Buy. Brought to you by Progressive Chevrolet on Hills and Dales Road in Massillon. Each week, Progressive Chevrolet offers huge savings on one special vehicle on the lot. But don't get it twisted. These deals are worth hustling for.
Hi, it's Craig Sanders from Progressive Chevrolet in Massillon. Save $4,000 off every brand new 2023 Chevy Silverado 2500 Crew Cab 4x4 in stock. It's been years since we've had this many 2500s in stock, and they're all on sale. Stock number C23137.
Offer can't be combined with any other offer. All rebates to dealer. Dealer contribution may affect consumer cost. Additional fees not included. Offer ends May 31st, 2023. Now that's a Progressive Power Buy. Get down to Progressive Chevrolet to get this great deal. Be ready to head down to Massillon when you hear the next Progressive Power Buy.
Progressive presents 10 things on a contractor's to-do list that are harder than getting a commercial auto insurance quote. Bidding a new client, giving an accurate estimate, finding affordable materials, getting a client to pay you for work you already did, getting a client to pay you, period, securing permits and workers and tools, getting those workers and tools to work together, and finding the perfect pair of overalls. Pockets, baby. But the easiest thing on a small business owner's to-do list? Seeing if you can save on commercial auto insurance. Get a quote in as little as 6 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Coverage subject to policy terms and conditions.
I can't wait for what's next. Even with higher stroke risk due to atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Eliquis, the Pixaban tablets, reduces stroke risk. It's the #1 cardiologist prescribed blood thinner.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without talking to your doctor, as this may increase your risk of stroke. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or have antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or unusual bruising. or if you have tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. It may increase your bleeding risk if you take medicines such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
As a roofer, I'm always on the go, so I need to be able to get things done from anywhere. That's why I partner with Beacon. With the new Beacon Pro Plus app, I've got the brands I depend on, like GAF, right at my fingertips. It's like having my Beacon rep in my pocket 24/7. I rely on Beacon because I never stop building, and neither do they. Now through June, purchase through Beacon Pro Plus and earn up to $1,500. Beacon, always building.
Now back to Spotlight on 1480 WHBC.
And welcome back to Spotlight on 1480 WHBC. Pam Cook with you this morning in our Spotlight shining on donuts, Marianne Donuts to be specific. And we are with Danielle Brickwood, Patrick Weldon, and Aunt Dorothy was here visiting for a minute. Tell me about Aunt Dorothy. We didn't even get a chance to talk about her.
Oh, Dorothy was the rock. She's been, Dorothy and I have been partners doing this ever since the late 70s.
My whole life, yeah.
And she keeps us all in order, especially the kids.
That is true.
Even when I don't think I'm out of order.
And so she is your sister?
She is my sister.
Okay.
She's the youngest of the family.
Okay.
And she actually ran all the retail stores before Danielle
All of the 90s, yeah.
Graduated from college. That was her job. She took care of all the retail stores, and I took care of the making of the donuts. So now we've both kind of stepped aside. Dorothy works in accounting and general, keeping us in line, and Danielle's taking her position in the retail marketing, and Patrick does operations and
everything
manufacturing and everything else.
And she came in this morning to make sure you were all in line.
Right. And she's gone.
Yeah, she's gone. Right. So tell everybody, we haven't mentioned the locations, all of the locations that you guys have. Where are they?
Okay, so we have our 4222 Hills and Dales location. And then we have our 5039 West Tusk location right there on West Tusk. That is where our production facility and offices are in that same area. That's in Perry Township. We have the 2909 Cleveland Avenue South, which is in Canton South. And then
62.
2131 Columbus Road is the address, but it is the one on Route 62 right there with just a little bit of construction in that general region.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
And then we have our 1604 North Main Street up in North Canton in the Marks Plaza. Oh, 1660.
Oh.
There you go. Yeah.
Okay. In the Marks Plaza. Right. Okay. Very good. So, we're talking about, what's old is new and those kinds of things and kind of keeping up with the times. Have you guys, you do delivery, right? You can do delivery, or how does that work for you guys?
Perfect, Pat. You're so good.
So for our retail stores, yeah, we do DoorDash and Uber Eats, that's kind of goes back to staying relevant. And those have been great platforms. I'm surprised. I mean, we have a couple people that buy every single day on DoorDash, like 1 and 2 donuts. I think it is great.
They're awesome.
I'm just surprised that that's their go-to, but for whatever reason, that's what they do.
Love it. Yeah.
And to chime in, we also just opened up a couple delivery routes for the local Circle K's. So
we're going back into the convenience store.
We did just recently start that. So
okay.
Now you can get Marianne Donuts at all the Circle K's in Stark or Summit County.
Very good. Yeah, people will be interested in that. They do like to do that, on their way to work or whatever, if they have that chance.
Right. I mean, obviously we like that people come a little out of their way, but the donut does have to be convenient, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're all busy people. We all have things that we have to do, going to work, running kids. So the more convenient places we can get our product, the better it is for everyone.
Yeah, absolutely.
One of the things I did want to mention, that back to kind of like the COVID shifts that we had to make, is we were actually able to get USDA certified whole wheat donuts. And we now provide individually wrapped whole wheat donuts for local school districts.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. So they meet those
That's great.
that schools are required as far as health, and they have to have a certain amount of whole wheat for each serving. And so there is a nice option for local school districts. We're in about 75% of the school districts in Stark County, and we're in some of Portage County, Carroll County. Well, but yeah, so that's just
great.
one
Yeah,
of the things that just trying to keep moving.
Yeah, and spread out. That's awesome stuff. So before we have to go, tell us again more about what's going to happen on National Doughnut Day, which will be next week, next Friday.
Right. So the first Friday in June is National Doughnut Day. Everyone gets a free glazed donut. You know, like I said, you just have to come through the drive-through. All our locations have drive-throughs. If you are one of the first 75 at any one of our 5 locations, you will get a free 75th anniversary travel mug. You'll be able to bring that travel mug back at any location for a reduced price to fill up your coffee. You know, it's also, it's nice to have. You can use it for anything at your home. It helps be green as far as just reducing waste. So the more that we can not have to use disposable cups.
Yeah, that's great. Now, do you guys tell us your hours? Are they the same at all locations, or are they different at
That
different
would be
locations?
so easy, Pam, but no. Hills and Dales, West Tusk, and Canton South are Hills and Dales, West Tusk, and 62 open at 4 a.m.
Oh, good. Yeah.
North Canton and Canton South open at 5 a.m. And then West Tusk, Hills and Dales, and Canton South close at 6 p.m. The other stores close at 1.
Okay. All right.
So just write that down.
Go on the website and check out the hours, or go on your phone, check it out, and you can find out what times they operate for yourself, depending on where you're going to go. Right? That's that easy. Well, this has been great, guys. I appreciate it so much, and happy 75th, celebrating that, and happy National Doughnut Day ahead of time. I appreciate you coming on.
Hey, we appreciate you, Pam. Thank you. We'll get you some custard donuts.
Yay, that would be great. Thank you so much.
And some sprinkles too.
And some sprinkles for Billy. Yes, for sure. Thank you, guys. Have a good one.
Have a great day.
You too.